women, our wives go to farm, they rape them, at times they will set them ablaze. Me in particular, I paid ransom 3 times to Fulanis men. They kidnapped my elder sister. They've also kidnapped 2 people from this palace. Even last month, I paid ransom also. To even sleep in this place is by the grace of Almighty. To even access this road, you need to get security. So that's the major problem. Me as John Ojo of Uzea, I no longer want Fulani in my forest. Let me also use this medium. Since the chiefs are here, they should go back home and ask questions. Anybody who have a hand in Fulani, stay in any part of Uzea forest. If I discover, I will drop that chief immediately. Because my people cannot be suffering. And some people will be somewhere enjoying, taking money from these people for us to be paying ransom. They will kidnap us, keep us in our own land, we'll pay ransom. We are tired. I don't have a hand in Fulani, and anybody in Uzea who have a hand in Fulani should, with immediate effect, tell them to leave. If you know them, tell them to leave Uzea. State government. Us in Uzea here, we need security. We need security. So that one day we will not wake up and find out it's only 2 people that is remaining in this whole kingdom. Because the only police station we have here, they don't have manpower. Without the local hunters here, they cannot even effect any arrest.
Fulani people, you don't know yourself. You are ignorant of who you are and you are ignorant of your history, which is why you do the wrong thing at the wrong time. You are not from Nigeria. Why are you creating problems with Nigerian people? You are not from Ghana. You are not from Cameroon. Ya Pullo, Felatiyin. You are descendants of Umayyad conquerors. You are the Moors that invaded Spain. Your nature is to want to spread Islam, but you cannot spread Islam in certain areas in certain time periods. If you do it, it will be by force and it's not going to work. As nomadic people, the future is not to keep on going more and more south into the lands that your ancestors called the Sudan and invade farmers' land. The future of the nomads is to take back the north, which is your ancestral lands as Fulani people.
Fulani they disturb now with Hausa and John mouth. If the leaders of the state they no agree, Fulani will no entire state. Who bomb Fulani? Who give Fulani leg? If your leaders of your state, governor or anyone no have hands, they will not enter. You don't ever hear say them come Lagos, Fulani can do something. Whether them go east, whether them go south of east, you don't hear them. Now only Arewa. But part of the Arewa na some states, no be all states. Like my state, Kebbi State, we don't have that problem with Fulani. But like Kasuna, Zamfara, Sokoto, all those people, now they don't get that wahala. We don't have any wahala with anybody.
I remember these same people went to Ghana to mess up. The Ghana government chased them out. But in Nigeria, they have been welcomed and pampered. I will blame Dave Umahi. This thing started under him. When he was trying to be a good boy to Buhari, that was when this thing started. We all saw it. They were giving him money, trying to make him look like he's a good man in the southeast. Deliberately, Buhari was funding Dave Umahi that time. And because of that, Dave Umahi looked the other way while Fulanis were taking over Ebony. I said it somewhere. I said it that this thing that Dave Umahi is doing, it will boomerang one day. Because these people, they are never good neighbors. They have never been. The moment they come into your neighborhood, just wait. It's a matter of time when they settle down. The next thing, they start killing. So the government, and I said the federal government, must make a statement to these people. They must be warned that they don't have the monopoly of violence. The federal government must speak to these people. It's way too many. Too many. Is this when people start retaliating now that the federal government will not touch?
I mean, do you believe it's Nigerian sort of herders who are going around displacing communities and killing people?
Let me give you the history of what happened.
Right.
The Fulanis have been neglected for quite a long time. For over 100 years, nobody cares to provide education to the Fulanis. Nobody cares to provide health services to Fulanis. Nobody cares even to get them settled in one particular area. All what the government is doing, the Fulani man is not involved. And once they commit any offense, they go to the court and they are charged exorbitantly. And it is this exorbitant charges.
And you think they're the only ones
It
who
is this
get...
injustice.
Right,
It is this
okay.
injustice that has made the Fulanis to act in the way they are doing now. Certainly it's wrong, but it is what I can call prolonged neglect
Right.
by the government.
They've been pushed to the wall,
Yeah, they have been pushed to the wall.
Right.
To the extent that their animals have been stolen. At times, their children are killed, mother and father are killed, and they are left with nothing. They are stateless people, they are homeless people, they live in the bush, and they have been dispossessed of their belongings, of what I can call their livelihood. So it is this kind of injustice that made the Fulanis to behave in the way they are doing.
So in that respect, ranching would be good for them?
Yeah, ranching will be good for them if it is properly done. If it is properly, ranching is good for them, no doubt. I am not opposed to ranching.
What about the argument, Senator, that's been made by the Miyetti Allah?
Let me land.
Okay.
The issue of saying Fulanis are brought from somewhere
Right.
to vote for Buhari against Jonathan is totally false.
Right.
During election, our borders are normally closed. And
Well, I mean,
before you vote-
Nigeria has porous
Before you
borders.
vote, you should. Let me tell you, before
Yeah.
you vote, you must have what you call voters register, and this voters register must have been done maybe 2-3 years ago. Fulani don't stay in one place; they move from one place to another, and you hardly see. They don't even vote. Nigerian Fulani, they don't even vote, except some of them that are settled in one place.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a false accusations. It's a false allegation they are making.
So basically, the people who are moving around with AK-47 assault rifles are Nigerian.
Most of them are Nigerians. Quite
Right,
honestly,
okay.
most of them.
But
They're
getting access to these guns.
There might be some foreigners among
Right.
them. One cannot rule it out. But I can assure you, 90% of them are Nigerians.
Right, okay.
Yes.
What about the argument that's been made by the Miyetti Allah Association suggesting that the species of cattle found in Nigeria are not suitable for ranching? Is that an argument that you subscribe to? Because that's an argument they made the last time in their opposition to ranching.
All kinds of species are good for ranching.
Right.
If you go to in any particular range,
Right.
you either get cows for beef or cows for milk. So cows for milk, there are special species for that. Cows that are mainly for beef, there are special species for that. And this is done in most advanced countries where ranching is done. So even in Nigeria, if we want to do it, our Nigerian breed is very good for beef.
Right.
And there are some that are good for milk production. Some of the farmers in Nigeria go as far as Brazil to get species to bring it into Nigeria. Some don't even do that. They do crossbreeding. When they do that, they will get close to about 70% if they crossbreed with Nigerian cows, simply because they want milk or they want a cow that can give them a lot of beef.
Right.
Yes.
So you raised a point of order in the National Assembly. Well, actually, you've talked about that. The whole idea of the right to move across Nigeria without any hindrance.
Yes.
Yeah, you've spoken about that.
Yes.
Do you intend to fight this bill to the end, or are you looking for modifications to the bill? In other words, I know you've raised the question of its legality and so on, but
yes, whatever will make us have peace in Nigeria,
right,
I will wholeheartedly support it. But I will not support any legislation that discriminates against our people. It is wrong, it's unconstitutional, it's unfair, it's unjust, and I will oppose it any day.
Welcome back to Local Journal, my people. Wait, is it that the Fulani them big pass everybody for inside this country and the government no fit do them anything? The atrocities whether they carry on for inside this country, it never reached to call their bluff. How the government won't make this thing reach? I mean, which level the government won't make this whole matter reach before they start to talk about them? The whole 6 zones and regions what we get for inside this country, everybody they complain about these people. Now them be the only ethnic group that they inside Nigeria. This thing where they happen like this, don't they make me the same reasons why the Fulani people they always talk say that them be the original owner of Nigeria, and Allah don't already give them this land called Nigeria, because if no any iota of truth they inside these their claims, then for no they show the power that they show for inside this country and the amount where they get for inside this country for no day like that. See how then they carry AK-47 all about for inside people farm, they kill people. But you as an ordinary citizen, if they carry ordinary knife for self-defense, them go arrest them. The painful part of this whole thing be say these people they intentionally do this thing, and now the reason why we they talk say they get agenda be this. People will be saying that nomads na NMB when they come up from inside Nigeria, they come from another place called settle inside Nigeria and they won't take the whole country as their own property. The truth about this whole thing where they go on be say Nigeria has been captured already. They don't already capture Nigeria and there are no two ways about it. If we notice the people where they control this country and the top decision makers where they decide what will happen for inside this country, we know say that the Fulanis na NMB. And if you go to the north, every position for inside the north and every powerful position for inside the northern part of the country, now still the Fulanis, now then they occupy them. Now Senate we won't talk, now House of Rep we won't talk, now the governorship position we won't talk, I be which position, I be emirship position we won't talk. Every position now then they occupy them. And by extension, they won't carry this thing come the south so that they go fit capture the whole country. And the painful part of this matter where they pay me be saying, the Nigerian youth of today, they know they concerned about all these things where they go on at all. We know they're sensitive to this systemic pattern where these people won't use take capture the whole Nigeria. Instead of voicing out and coming together so that we go speak out against this thing where they go on, now frivolities and trivial stuff now they always talk about for social media. We see as their brother will be senator, they defend them for inside this video. We hear as no one admit saying that the Fulani people are in there at fault. Rather in the fault the Nigerian government, I be in the fault other Nigerians where we say that they discriminate against the Fulani people. And in they also talk say the injustice against the Fulani people is on a different level. We hear the hypocrisy, and now because of issues like this, now it make us supposed to leverage on the power of social media to take expose the plans of the Fulanis where they go on for inside this country. So make we play the video so that we'll go if you watch the remainder part of the video. But before we watch them, if today now be the first time you visit our channel, I beg make you like, make you share, make you subscribe.
Today is exactly 32 years and 2 weeks that I started operating here. And the cattle and their owners became a veritable threat and a force for harassment in the last 4 or 5 years. At first, they would come in the night to drink water at the dam. And we saw the dam. I saw that they were there. You can see the cow shit there. And we were tolerant. They drink water in the dry season. That's all right. At that time, they did not touch anything. I did not allow them to stay here, drink water and go. But later, of course, the thing took a different turn all over Nigeria. They will come in the night, eat our maize, and go. 3 years ago, I complained to the police more than 10 times because they were coming to destroy my maize farm. Later still, elements of the same people kidnapped me. When people said they were Fulani kidnappers, they said, how do you know they are Fulani? But I know everybody knows a Fulani man in Nigeria. The Fulani himself knows himself. He knows he's different from most other Nigerians. He's easily identifiable. We are not children. And when they were tried in court, they said they are Fulani themselves, and 6 of them were sent to prison. So this hypocrisy of that is going on should stop. Now, what I'm trying to say is that I've been at the receiving end for a long time. After I was kidnapped, I was humiliated, I was macheted, I was caught. They came back and killed one of my guards, Ayo. His case remains an unsolved murder case with the police. They killed him and they took away his heart. They opened his chest and took away his heart. The double barrel gun, my hunting double barrel gun license, which he had, they took it away from him and killed him. And every year they set fire to my farm. You know why? There are two elements to the action. The first is economic. I'm an economist, as you know. In anything, I try to see the economic component. They burn this farm, the non-cropped areas, because you see the grass is already dry. Cows don't like that. So they will burn the grass. In 2 weeks' time, fresh grass will grow, and their cattle will have very nice grass to eat. You know, they're already treating my farm as if it was their colony. That is why, one reason why they burn. They do this every year. Every year. Last year, they burned the oil palm plantation near the dam. I videoed it. It's with the Commissioner of Police. I have a copy in my house. I showed it at an Afenifere meeting. I showed it at the Council of Obas of Ondo State. Grown trees that have fruits, they burn them. Now, that is not so that cattle can have fresh grass to eat. Grass does not grow on palm trees. So you want to know, why did they do that? To do something that does not enhance their own welfare. It can only be an act of malice and hatred. I believe they have malice against me, they hate me. That is why they will burn my palm trees. They will uproot the palm trees I planted and throw the seedlings away. That does not help their cattle or themselves in any way. Why do they do it? Meaning that if they saw me in person, it is me they will hurt. But since I was not present, they hurt my property. That is, my grown palm trees and the seedlings I planted. So, there are two elements here. Part of it is one of my workers here met one of these herdsmen in the bush some time ago. I said, why do you wade through those large areas full of grass? You don't eat the grass, you come and be eating our cassava and maize crops. Say, why? He said, how person go see rice, go chop gari. So to the cattle, grass, which they can't even find where they normally come from, when they find it, it is gari, it's inferior food. It is my maize and cassava that is rice, which they prefer. So those are the insults that we go through here. So I thank God that this arson of yesterday, but this arson, you could see what they did. They started the fire in a central area. There are oil palm plantations on the left, on the right, behind, hoping that it will spread. But the roads and the early action by the people here to cut traces round prevented the fire from spreading and doing more damage than was done. So I thank God for that. That I condemn it is the weakest way I can speak about it. Government should take steps to make sure that they don't do it again. If they don't take steps to prevent it, it means government supports what they are doing. They are not offended by what they are doing. But government is to care. When I say government, I mean government at all levels, especially the federal government.
We will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of the operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. Where Fulanis from other countries.
The issue of misconception, I see there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon, but they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man. And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan, as somebody coming from the Niger Delta, because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated by those outside Nigeria. When there is a reprisal, it is not the Fulani man within Nigeria that causes it. It is that culture of getting revenge, which is embedded in the tradition of the Fulani man, that attracts reprisal from all over the
If I understand it, does that mean that those Fulani men who are maybe domiciled in other countries who move around, they can come into the country and this plan will accommodate them as well?
Yes, that's what we want to do. But it has to be done through sensitization, telling them you have to buy in the project, and you use the language, the culture itself to be able to convince them, away from the mistrust where the whole system of transhumance or pastoralism is criminalized. Criminalization of pastoralism is the problem that we have with this project. And it requires people with passion who understand them and who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country, to say, yes, we have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not, that you don't have this criminality in. But certainly the way and manner we do it is really exacerbating the crisis and the problems.
Will there be any form of documentation of all the people that will be,
yes, we are
within that?
Oh yes, that is going to give Nigeria the opportunity to really have the best in terms of documentation in the demographics, because, as I said, the Fulani man settles anywhere he can feed his cattle. And so if they are put in one place and they are made to understand that this is to save them and their animals, they are exposed to the vagaries of the forest and what is going on, cattle rustling, killings and what have you. And that's why it is important for them to understand that staying in one place is good. And of course, in terms of the best practice of carrying the cows and the
let's stay with that security angle for a bit. Is there going to be this plan going to be a fenced enclosure where anyone who comes in is secured, so there is no one that can just come in from anywhere else?
No. It is going to be a colony, and a colony does not require a fence.
You will understand
the reason.
You will understand the reason why people are concerned, because of all the security issues that have been happening over time. So if
these forests are there anyway, if you don't occupy them and create a colony out of them, they create places for the criminals. And today, that's why you have the Zambeza forest, because it is not being utilized.
But Your Excellency, much as yes, I mean, they're fantastic. We have met a lot of them who are Fulanis as well. But the concern too is, why should federal government use resources for this country to accommodate Fulani men who are not Nigerians?
You see, as I said, we are already accommodating them. Do you delineate and then really know who is not a Fulani man from Nigeria? They are all Nigerians, because I said their identity, their own citizenship is Nigerian, even though we have relations all over the world, all over Africa. And so presumably they are Nigerians. I think you get me. That is the misunderstanding. They move from one place to the other, and they have relations, kith and kins in all the parts of the country and even outside the country. So that is why our own population is fluid.